Hi, everybody. I'm Greg Fishel. Welcome to a weather update for the official daily weather update. The fatigue is getting to me a little bit here, so I'm not thinking quite as clearly as I normally do. But we will get through this. So Helene is now a Category 4 hurricane, and I am actually recording this from my car in the parking lot of a hotel that I do not have a room at. But I'm simply utilizing their lobby, and I will probably just try to figure out a way to catnap at times in the lobby tonight because I don't have any other options. All the rooms are taken, and it is what it is. But the storm is really bearing down now. It's amazingly, as close as it is and as fast as it's moving, it's still not all that terribly bad here. Which means that it's going to go downhill and go downhill in a hurry here very, very shortly. So let's go on ahead and check out our forecast for the Triangle area. Showers and thunderstorms tonight. It will be windy. There is a flood watch in effect and a wind advisory in effect as well. And there is always the chance in this type of situation where there can be some isolated tornadoes. So be aware of that. And then as we look toward '83. Then let's take a look at the almanac numbers for today. By the way, had a little bit of trouble producing the 7-day graphically, but I still, and I said this a couple of days ago, a lot of times the day after a tropical system is beautiful, and I think that's going to be the case on Saturday with lots of sunshine and highs in the low to possibly mid-80s. And then as we head towards Sunday and Monday, there may be a couple of afternoon or evening showers and thunderstorms around, but nothing widespread or long-lasting. And then as we head toward Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it looks like the weather will be mainly dry. So once we can get through this tonight and tomorrow, things should be reasonably quiet for quite some time, and heaven knows we need that. All right, so here are the almanac numbers, 81 and 74, and that averages out to be 8 degrees above normal. Look at the low, 14.9 above the 30-year average for this date. So you have a low of 74. We're talking midsummer values here, not the latter portions of September. So that's what's really driving the plus 8.2 for the day. Days at or above 90, 65. You could have guessed that. It's been 65 for heaven knows how long now. Precipitation 400 since midnight. 10.79 for the month, more than 6 inches above normal. And for the year, 47.47, and that's more than 12 inches above normal for the date. And we are still the warmest year on record through September 26th. And we have had 202.8% of our normal rainfall since July 1st. And the normal annual rainfall is 46.07. We are already at 103% of that. All right, the rest of the almanac. Sunrise tomorrow at 7:07:08. Sunsets at 7:04:05. So we are finally having more night now than day, just slightly. 11 hours, 59 minutes, 13 seconds. That's 2 minutes, 16 seconds shorter than today. And since the summer solstice, it will be 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 26 seconds shorter than that longest day of the year. Solar declination angle, minus 2.02. So it's south of the equator. And solar noon at 1:05:53. The winter solstice, of course, coming up on December 21st, and 38 days now until daylight saving time ends on November 3rd. The tropics are fairly active. We have another tropical storm, Isaac, out in the middle of the Atlantic. That's not going to be of any concern. And yet another system, which could very well become named over the next few days. But again, it is way out in the Atlantic. There's a yellow area down here in the Caribbean that has a small chance of turning into something over the next 7 days. And then, of course, we have our Hurricane Helene. Here is the visible satellite loop during the course of the afternoon. You can make out the eye very, very clearly, and the eye has become more and more apparent on the infrared imagery as well, indicating rapid intensification. So these are the numbers actually as of 7 o'clock, 28.3 north, 84.4 west. Puts it about 145 miles south of Tallahassee, Florida. Max sustained winds now at 130 miles per hour, which makes it a Category 4 hurricane. movement to the north-northeast at 23, so it's zipping along, and the minimum central pressure now is down to 945 millibars, or 27.91 inches of mercury. And the forecast track, taking it inland into southwest Georgia by 2 a.m. as a minimal hurricane, and then it weakens rapidly to a tropical storm and a depression and sort of meanders around western Kentucky and northwest Tennessee for several days. Climatological peak of the hurricane season, and we're only one named storm behind now a normal season, and if that storm out in the Atlantic gets named, then we will be right where we should be for a normal hurricane season. We were at one time 3 storms behind, but we have definitely caught up. But again, no indication that we're going to get to 23 named storms, at least not at this point. Here's the European ensemble mean precipitation forecast. You can see that from 8 a.m. tomorrow to 8 a.m. Saturday, so basically Friday and Friday night, it has a pretty significant increase in the rainfall, but most of that occurs between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. tomorrow, with very little after that. So mainly a morning, maybe very early afternoon. After that, not a whole lot going on. And then after that, there really aren't any significant events that appear to be headed our way. You see all the amounts stay the same on Saturdays. That's supportive of the idea that it'll be a mostly sunny, dry day. And then just a slight increase on Sunday, no increase on Monday, and then as we head toward Tuesday, just a slight increase, and no increase on Wednesday, and no increase on Thursday. So overall, things definitely quieting down. Here is the week-long precipitation forecast from the folks at the Weather Prediction Center up in Washington, D.C., and I simply call your attention to these higher amounts here in western North Carolina. See if I can't get a different color that'll make that a little bit. That's not going to work, Greg. Let's try green. You going to see that? That's sort of transparent. Oh, well. I don't usually use PowerPoint. I usually use another piece of software. But anyways, let me go back. Oh, I can't go back. All right. So anyway, the amounts like in the 1 to 2 inch range across much of our area. And then once you get back into the mountains, isolated amounts of 10 inches plus. Severe weather potential through 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can see the enhanced area to our south. We're in most of our areas in a marginal risk. Our southern counties in a slight risk. And then as we look ahead toward the day tomorrow after 8 a.m., see if I can get that to change. Well, it didn't, so that's the end of that. And this is an old model forecast, which you don't need to see because we already know where the thing is. It's bearing down on the Gulf Coast, and it'll be coming inland in just a few hours. All right, so that is the weather update for this Thursday. Again, just be aware of the fact that there will be some locally heavy rains around the area and the chance of some isolated tornadoes. So if you happen to be in a warned area, make sure you go to a safe spot. And if nothing happens, don't be mad, be thankful. And we will keep you updated on what things look like down here. I would say that within a couple of hours here, we are going to see a rapid deterioration in conditions here in Perry, Florida, and I will share as much of that with you as I am able. All right, that's it for now, folks. You all have a wonderful rest of your Thursday evening, and we'll talk to you soon. See you later.